What's up, you guys? Godzilla fan freaks coming at you today with another figure review. And today we are going to be taking a look at the Mezco 5 Points XL Godzilla vs. Hedorah set. Now, just getting straight on into this review, let's take a look at this beautiful box. We have the beautiful box here, front cover, nice Godzilla in the current kind of Godzilla font, and then you got Hedorah in that classic 71 VHS font. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Of course, you have Hedorah here, and then that's not the Showa Godzilla, that's the Heisei Godzilla. What is this? This art is actually from Bob Eggleton, and may I just point out one thing, even though Toho has the rights to Bob Eggleton's art and everything like that, they really didn't credit him in any way, shape, or form. He had Bob Eggleton himself had no idea that they were utilizing his artwork even for the box. Bob Eggleton didn't even get a cut of anything. You love Toho, you love what they produce, you love what they do, but man, sometimes it's like the rules apply to all of us for copyright and, you know, usage and everything else, but when other rules apply to them, they don't. You know, you would think the rules would revolve all the way around, but that's just my little spiel. I don't want to stick on that too much. I just want to say I think that was a little shady and sketchy of them to do. Especially not even telling him that, hey, we're going to use your artwork for the box, you know? Again, I understand Toho owns it and they have the rights to it, but at the same time, it's like from an artist aspect, you know, it still would be nice to be credited and everything. Again, they didn't even credit him in any way, shape, or form. There's nothing on here that says artwork by or illustration by or anything. Just kind of sad. Godzilla vs. Hedorah in the Japanese kanji here at the top. On the side here, you get Godzilla. This side here, you get Hedorah. Bottom, you get all your legal jargon and everything else. Back of the box here, you get everything that's included. You get a final form Hedorah. You get Godzilla, King of the Monsters. You get a little flying form Hedorah. You get some poison orbs, which Fred has made disappear. I don't know where they are. That was my fault, leaving them on my desk, thinking he wouldn't hop up here and play with little things. So now every little tiny thing that I get, I better make sure I put it away, or Fred will just make it disappear. So sadly, I don't have the poison orbs anymore. I don't know where they are. They must be like under the kaiju couch or just tucked away in a corner somewhere. I'm hoping he didn't eat them. This was a while ago that I did get this set, so I think he would have had some digestive issues if he did eat them, so I don't think he did. But, yeah, so I don't have the poison orbs anymore. Dang it, Fred! It's okay, not a big deal for me, not really gonna complain. But Hedorah, geez, Fred, you're in my head, get out of here. Hedorah comes with his beam. You do get an eye patch as well. And what I really like about this set is you get some buildings. Very, very, very cool stuff. So with that out of the way now, let's just get this box off to the side. And now let's talk about this beautiful set itself. Bring the camera up just a little bit. And there we have it. Everything you see here is included. Review done. No, I'm just kidding. Going over stuff in detail again, let's just focus on kind of like little bits and get them out of the way. Of course, you get some pretty decently sculpted buildings. You know, oil tankers, whatnot. I like that they added the fumes, and the fumes are like a translucent, smoky plastic. Very, very gives them a very cool effect for sure. Not going over crazy detail with these, but you guys can kind of see. I mean, they're just basic buildings. There's really nothing special to go over with them. And if you guys have seen my setup, you guys have seen where I have these guys set up. They're actually set up underneath the X Plus 30 centimeter flying Hedorah that I have. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually very impressed with how it looks. I think I made the right choice displaying all this stuff underneath that giant flying Hedorah. A little bit of a bigger building here, factory type building. All the smoke itself are like different volumes and sculpts, which again, give this a little bit of variety. On to the monsters themselves. Let's just get the flying Hedorah out of the way before we get on to the main 2 stars. Even though, I mean, this is one of the main stars, but you guys know what I mean. Very nice flying Hedorah. You do get a stand and a base with it. Just clear plastic, nothing crazy, nothing fancy. But I do want to say the detail, the color and everything, very, very nice. Just kind of like a flat grayish black color mixed in. Eyes look wonderfully beautiful. I love the little, bursts. Always loved Hedorah's pupil designs. But very nice reds, blacks, and yellows. Underneath, this stand is kind of hard to get in and out, so that's why I'm leaving it in. But just very nice details. Again, looks good. It's a nice little flying Hedorah, especially if you don't have a flying Hedorah. One thing I will say about these Mezco sets are the prices. Really, for what you get, yeah, you get some nice little detailed figures. These figures are a lot more solid and a lot more heavy than I expected them to be. But still, I feel like Mezco is kind of, I don't know if it's taking advantage or what, but I feel like the prices for these sets so far are a little high. Again, I got this at my local FYE. They had one in stock and it was $70, and that's not including tax. So it was like closer to maybe 75. That's really expensive for what you get. I mean, I'm a Godzilla collector. Yeah, this hobby's expensive, but in reality, for what these figures are and what you get, $70, it just seems a bit steep. I feel like Mezco would be a little bit more comfortable around the $30 to maybe $40, maybe $45 at most price point. I feel would be a lot more reasonable. I mean, even their Destroy All Monster sets, again, even if you find those sets on sale, you're still paying about maybe $60, maybe $50 per set. But on average, the Destroy All Monster sets are $100 a piece. And that's why I haven't really picked them up yet, is because they're not on a good enough of a sale for me to really want them. I love Destroy All Monsters, but I just can't warrant that price. This one, I'm such a Godzilla vs. Hedorah fan that I bit the bullet, but then there is part of me that has a little bit of buyer's regret. I just feel like $70, it's just a little too steep. Mezco, you got to work on those prices a little bit. Again, figures are great. They look great. They're fantastic. Again, they're a lot more solid. I mean, guys, that's solid. I mean, these are solid. You throw these at somebody, it's gonna hurt. They are solid. But still, I feel like that really doesn't warrant the price tag. I really think these would be a lot more reasonable around that $30 to $45 range. I think anything above that is still just, it's a little too pricey for what you get. And these figures are small. They're not very big. They're only, yay so inches tall. I want to say they're smaller than Masters of the Universe Origin figures. I mean, so they're below even 5.5 inches. So they're not very big. Again, Godzilla's arm kind of popped out there. Sorry, didn't mean to drop you. I just wanted to show them your denseness. Anyway, yeah, so price for these guys, I think it's a little steep. Of course, Mezco has more sets lined up. They're doing Godzilla vs. Mecha Godzilla 74, and who knows what else down the road. But I feel like they need to reevaluate the prices a little bit, just lower them. I mean, for what they are, yeah, they're nice, but they ain't that nice, okay? I'm just telling you, Mezco. They're nice figures, they're nice collectibles, but they ain't that freaking great. That's just me. Anyway, on to the review. Continuing. Let's take a look at, who do we want to look at first? Let's look at Godzilla here first. A little more simple. Hedorah, I have all the bells and whistles attached, so we'll look at him last. Godzilla here, it's the same exact sculpt and mold from what I'm hearing from the Destroy All Monsters set, and of course, why wouldn't it be? That saves money instead of making an entirely new sculpt. Of course, now the colors are a little darker, and then they kind of sculpted in there a little like acidic eye patch for when Godzilla loses his eye, which I'm glad that they did that. Otherwise, this would be just a generic Godzilla 60s and 70s design. That specifically specializes it to Hedorah. Not only that, but the darker kind of color tone of Godzilla himself. Overall, though, paint and everything looks great. Again, you got nice charcoal blacks and grays throughout. A little bit lighter here for the dorsal plates. Again, you have that little kind of like greenish, yellowish mixed in with, the gray and the black there for the eye. His other eye, nice white with black pupils. Claws on his hands and his feet, kind of like a lighter gray. Overall, just looks great. Detail on this guy, all the scales and everything, again, look nice. I mean, these are nice figures as far as detail and paint goes, but I still just don't think it warrants the price. Godzilla did have a very long neck in this, suit. Some people have said it might be a little too long, which I can kind of see it. But if you rewatch this Godzilla suit from Destroy All Monsters all the way to Godzilla vs. Gigan, which is what this suit was used for, he did have kind of a very long neck. So I think it works. I do like how the mouth is closed. It's not showing any of the teeth. Because, again, it does get a little stale because a good majority of Godzilla figures, the mouth is open. He's like roaring or whatever. This mouth, though, however, is closed. I think it looks fantastic. We need more closed mouth Godzilla figures. It just gives it a special feel, in my opinion, versus just a normal open mouth roaring face. But yeah, detail and paint look great. I like the way the tail comes around here and curves around. I do like that versus it kind of being more straight out. Just a very, very good figure. Articulation on this guy, arms, you can just, rotate up, down. The head also moves. Joint was a little stuck there. So you can rotate that left and right. Legs, you can rotate them however you see fit. But of course, the way the figure is really molded is if you want him to sit flat, you kind of got to mess with it just a little bit. And even at the end of the day, he's still not really going to sit 100% flat. Just because of the way the tail is molded as well, he will kind of just eventually fall back just that little bit. So he doesn't necessarily always stand flat. Now, of course, where I have this guy displayed, that base for that X Plus Hedorah helps with that to where he kind of does continue to sit flat. So there's that. So very good Godzilla 71. I will say that. I love Godzilla vs. Hedorah. One of my favorite films. That's why I kind of got this set, is because how could I not get it? So I'm happy at the end of the day, but just a little buyer's regret on that price. Hedorah. Moving on to next. I will not take off his effect parts or anything. We all know what kind of Hedorah looks like at this point. I got the eye patch on as well. And then, of course, you got the little beam. I do like the little beam effect part. I think that is sculpted and molded very, very good. As far as paint goes on Hedorah, again, you're getting all those like little hints of red and yellow throughout the mold. Just look great. even on the undersides of the arms, underside of the tail. Other than that, you still get your kind of grayish and blacks mixed in there. Detail, again, it's all there. Hedorah's pretty basic, but everybody loves the design, including myself. Just all the sludgy, sludgy tendrils and everything hanging off his arms and his body, and the way the feet are and everything, the way the tail is and everything. The back, you got all this, where he keeps all his acid and poison gases and his sacks and everything back here. All the cracks and everything along the top of the head. Again, I have the eye patch on. Looks very nice. Cracked over. Eyes, again, orange, yellows, and blacks. Look great. The beam itself, a very nice translucent red. I do like the mold for it. It looks like it was ripped right out of the movie. That mold for that Hedrium beam, or whatever it's called, molded, again, right out of the movie. Looks great. Articulation on this guy, you can get his head to turn left and right ever so much. All this kind of gets in the way of the body itself. So you do have some limited movement with the head. Arms are really stiff on mine, even after moving them. But you can kind of get them to move up, move down. This one does not want to move. Ow, that hurt. You can get his arms to move up, down, however you see fit. I kind of like having that one posed kind of like in an upward position, and then this one more down. Nothing really in the legs or the body or the tails, even though this does look like a separated section down here. I think that was just, Hedorah was basically 3 parts. They had the legs and the tail, plug in, body, boom, head, plug, done. So I think Hedorah was just made of a few different parts here, but overall look great, fantastic, no complaints. Get his head turned there just a little bit, and that just about does it though, you guys, for this figure review. Not really short and sweet, but everything that you get here minus the poison orbs that Fred made magically disappear. Anyway, you guys, like always, we are Godzilla fan freaks. Hope you enjoyed my review on this Mezco set of Godzilla vs. Hedorah. Again, if you're a Smog Monster fan like I am, it's going to be hard not to pick this up, but at the same time, I haven't seen this pop up for any sales or anything like that either, so I don't know if it's possible to even get it cheaper. But I want to say, if you do find it on a sale, definitely pick it up. That's probably going to be, even if it's like $60, but again, 70 is just a little steep in my opinion. Mezco, let's work on those prices. I would like to get the Destroy All Monster sets, but I don't think that's ever really going to happen, because again, I just really can't justify it. Anyway, guys, we are Godzilla fan freaks. Hope you enjoyed my review. Like always, please comment, like, and subscribe. Don't forget to atomic blast that notification bell while you're at it. Don't forget to like and follow Godzilla Fan Freaks over on Facebook. And then don't forget to follow Godzilla Fan Freaks on Instagram, as well as stay, up to date on everything. And, I do my weekly Kaiju Chill O'Clock shows every week. So stay tuned for those. Fun live segments. You just get to sit down with me, talk with me, chat with me. We get to discuss stuff. Have a good, fun time. So anyway, you guys, we are Godzilla Fan Freaks. Hope you enjoyed my review, and we will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.